Hello and welcome to Friday with Fiona, and today's class to go is Fancy Folds. So I have been pretty ill over the last few weeks and finally went to the doctors on Monday, got some medicine, and I can't tell you how much better I am feeling. I knew I was bad, but once you start to feel better you kind of realise actually how bad. I just was struggling to get through the day basically. So I've been playing catch up, so I apologise in advance if things aren't perfect today. But I did say last week that the two fancy folds that we did, one of which was this one with the pop-ups, and I can't find the other one. It was a fancy fold cut basically, but I have no idea what I've done with it. So those two will be included in this week's class to go in the tutorial and providing you with the materials if you spend £27 in my online store. And the last chance list is still going strong. I did have a look. Some things are sold out, but there's an amazing amount of stuff left at ridiculous prices. And we've just got, we're the 21st today. So you've got till the 30th, I think, 30th of April, maybe the 1st, I'm not entirely sure. But yes, literally kind of counting down now. But some of the prices are ridiculous. Dies and stamp sets for crazy prices, as well as designer series paper, although the designer series paper probably is one of the things that's sold out first. So today's tutorial, when you spend £27 in my online store, will be 6 projects. Now, today we're doing 3 cards and 1 gift box, and it's a very special gift box. One of the fancy folds I have struggled with, but my brain is not entirely firing on all cylinders. I've got a template and I've kind of done it twice to make sure that I get it right. And then there's a couple of very nice cards that I like, and then this little gift box, and you will get everything to do those make and takes when you spend £27 in my store. So that's 6 projects in total. And look what arrived today through my post box. I'm so excited because I did a little bit of pre-order, mainly the inks to get the new colours and 1 stamp set, but I really am better with the actual catalogue rather than digital. So let's get rid of my face and focus on the desk. Let's move the catalogue. So the first one we're going to do, I'm not sure what this is called, but it's cute. And the rainy days, sorry, the playing in the rain bundle. Well, the stamp set and dies are carrying over, but they're not carrying over as a bundle. So if you want them and to get the 10% discount, then I would suggest you get them ASAP. And I have used the designer series paper. I've die cut the animals from the designer series paper, just really to, I just hate wasting paper, so I've got enough. And it folds kind of flat, and then I haven't actually done it, but I would put some white card on the back there. So I think it's cute. So I have prepped everything in advance. I've die cut everything because, as I said, my brain's not been firing on all cylinders. That is the host code which you need to use to make sure that you get the make and takes class to go, and it is posted in the comments, so you should be able to just click on that. Now I have got a template, and I have already, so this is polished pink, which is retiring. So Flirty Flamingo actually goes with the bundle. So what you need to do is you start off with a piece of card. Let's get my instructions, which is 23.5 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And then this is kind of where it gets a bit tricky, and I am going to refer to my template just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. So what you want to do is move the edge to this side, so it's at 2.5 or 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch, and then you go up and you cut from 3.2 centimeters. So what I'm going to do with a pencil, I'm going to mark 3.2 and I'm going to be 2.5. Yeah, that's right. No, it's not. I'm going to just do this because it'll be easier. Oh, that is right. Okay, and again, turn it round and do this end. Three 3.12. 2.5. Okay, and I'm going to cut from there, so that's 20.3. So I'm just going to mark where I need to stop. 20.3. I will, in the tutorial, provide the template as well, because I know I find it easier to okay. I'm going to just that's where I'm going up to, basically, on both sides. So 3.2. No, 2.5, starting at 3.2, 2.5. So my dot should now be, there we go, that's it. Right, now let's get my cutter. So I'm starting there, and I'm going up to there. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around and do the same on the other side. So 2.5, starting at 3.2 up to okay. So I've now got 2 cut lines. Okay. Oh, let me get rid of that banner. That's the host code, but we don't need that anyway. There we go. Okay. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to score at both ends from cut to cut. So that's 2.5. No, it's 3.2. 3.12. I'm going to score between those cut lines. There we go. And I'm going to do the same at the other end. So 3.2 and score between the cut lines. Okay, and then the other one, so it's going to be that way, and I'm going to score it at 17.2 between the lines. 17.12. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3 score lines between the lines, and then at 10.8 I'm going to score outside. So this is how you get your fancy fold. Right, let's get that out of the way. I think I'm done with that, so I can get that out of the way. And now I'll get my bone folder. Right, so now this is going to be a mountain fold. This is going to be a valley fold. This is going to be a, oh, where's it gone? Can't see it. Must be missing one. How weird is that? Right, 1, 2, yeah, for some reason that last one didn't go through. Okay, so let's get this the right way around. This needs to be 17.2 and 20. Oh, maybe it's the 20.3. Yeah, I did that. So 17 point, no, didn't turn it around, that's why. 17.2. Okay, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 creases in between the cut lines and one at the top and bottom outside of the cut lines. So that is there, and then that is going mountain valley, like that. Is that right? So it should fold down. Oh, okay, I missed another one on the outside. That, so 17.2, this one here goes top to bottom. There we go. That's better. Right, so now it will fold down like that. Yes, just about. I just need to do my crease lines a bit. Apologies, I did tell you in advance that my brain was not firing on all cylinders. Now I've lost my bone folder. Oh, there it is, hiding. Right, so let's give these creases some good. I think that one might be slightly, where's my template? That should be okay. That's better. Just getting it level. And there you go. There you have your, but as I say, I will provide a template for you. That is the hardest bit I found. Now I've already die cut all my bits of designer series paper. Just need to rub out those pencil marks. And I'm going to use seal just so that I don't have any issues with it. And I'm doing the rainy days, so I thought I'd do rain around the outside, and then have the little critters with their umbrellas. They're cute. Okay, so the hardest part is getting your template, and I would strongly advise you to make a template because I find it much easier when I was just doing that then to have something to refer back to. Okay, so that's one end of my card. That's the other one. I would say that and the gift box are probably the hardest today. And the gift box isn't hard, it's just a little bit fiddly. And then line that up. Oh, my neighbours is doing a bit of DIY. Apologies if you can hear the banging. Okay, here we go. And then these little bits, I'll make sure I get my raindrops the right way around. I think I've got a spare one there. Is that the same size? Yeah, had a couple of spares. You can try, and I did try, but it was a disaster to do like the frame all the way around in the designer series paper. But you saw how tricky getting the cardstock cut. So designer series papers is a lot more fragile, should we say, when you're doing your cutting and creasing. Okay, there we go. So that's my no, it's just catching there. I don't know why. Must just need a bit of trimming. Okay, and I've got my main bit to go in there. Oh, I think I'm going to have the rain because they've got their umbrellas up, which makes sense. Oh, and this is nearly finished. Good job, I've got some Tombow handy. Okay, and then either side, just for a bit of colour, I've got the Flirty Flamingo and Mango Melody. And the Mango Melody is retiring, which is such a shame. I love it, such a beautiful colour. But I will be able to show you next week. The new colours are some real old favourites returning of mine, and then a couple of new ones that are just beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get a bit of colour with the Mango Melody. I don't know why that's just catching there. Excuse me. Just going to fold this down. Okay, and then I've got my critters. Now on this one I did Rainy Days Are Better With You. I'm not going to actually worry about doing a sentiment now. I'm just going to put my critters on. So I've got my fox with his umbrella. Now this, I know a lot of times some of you worry about having only part of an image, but I thought he would look good right up to the edge there. And then you've got the fox, and he's looking over his shoulder at the fox. I thought that was quite cute, so we're going to go with that. And you can see it's from the designer series paper because he's got a pattern on the back. Okay, so I want him right at the edge. There we go. And then Mr. Fox, looking very elegant and dapper. He's following on behind. Okay, so I don't want to spend too long on that because obviously the template cutting was the hardest bit. And then you can just pop any sentiment. I've got some birthdays coming up actually, I might use them for birthdays. Oh, these backings are a nightmare. Come on. They're sticking. There we go. Okay, so the only thing that's missing on that one is a sentiment. Oh, my clouds. Okay, I've got some clouds here. Let's pop a cloud right above the tortoise. Is he a tortoise or a turtle? I'm not sure. Well, we've got room there. There we go. Okay, so there is card number 1. And I've used different designer series paper, but I do like that. And once you've done them a couple of times, it isn't as complicated as it looks. Okay, so card number 1. Let's get my bits out of the way. And we'll move on to an, I don't know what the fold of this is called. It's a something door. I'm not sure if it's a barn door or a half a barn door or what it is, but anyway, this is using the Desert Details, which is also on the clearance rack, and it's using paper from the Butterfly Kisses, which is retired but is still available, and it's a great price. It's 6x6. So the flowers and the die cuts are from the Desert Details, but the designer series paper is from the Butterfly Kisses. Now again, I've got everything ready. The only thing that I need to do, so it's a standard card base, and the only thing I need to do is to cut my front in half. So we'll do that. So let me just see what I did cut that to, because I've obviously done the designer series paper to fit. So it is down to, if I can get the bow out of the way, 8. Right, so I'm cutting it. Cutting it at 8. And literally just up to my school line. And then down the school line. So you're basically losing the top part of your card front. I'm not going far enough along, I don't think. No. That does not want to come away. Right, let's start down here. There we go. And I've just got a little tiny bit in the corner. Now I've cut beyond the score line, because otherwise you have kind of this bumpy little ridge in the way. That should be the only thing I need to cut on that. Okay, so then I've got my bit that goes on the inside. Oh, I'm going to need to trim that. That's a really jagged cut. I don't know what was going on with that. Yeah, it's very jagged. Might need to change my blades. Right, okay, so on the inside I've got this piece of Parakeet Party, which is 10 by 14.3. So I've got enough seal to get this down. Doesn't look like it. No. Right. Get a brand new one out. And it's not a refill because I ordered a couple of the actual seals because my cases were getting really manky, and however much I try and clean them, it doesn't always work. So here we go, brand new seal. There we go. Pop that. Whoa, that's not straight. What is going on there? Good job I used Seal and not Seal Plus. Blimey, that is horrendous. Excuse me. Right, let's try and line this side up. That's better. Goodness me, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Okay, got a little bit of cardstock hanging off there. That's it. Right, okay, and then on the front, I've got this lovely Fresh Freesia and Parakeet Party. Fresh Freesia is carried over, so it wasn't in colour for the last 2 years and was due to retire, but has carried over, and I think it's gone into the subtles. Unfortunately, the ribbon has not carried over, because I do love this ribbon. Now I'm going to move this down a bit because I've got a die cut to go across the top. There we go. Apologies, making a bit of a mess today, but I did forewarn you. Okay, and then along the top here and along the top here, I've got, so I'm going to use Tombow for these because they're a bit narrow, and these are from the Desert Details dies. Just going to line that up, and then I will need to trim a little bit off the top, off the edge. Yep, there we go, that's that one. And that one. Thank goodness for Tombow because it moves. There we go. Right, so I just need to trim these edges. There we go. Okay, starting to take shape. And then on the inside, I have already stamped my little flower, and that is where you're going to put your personal greeting. Just line that up. Okay. and that's hidden by your door. When I was growing up, across the road from us, our neighbours, they had a door, like a barn door, and I loved it. They also had the Dulux dog. Okay, I should have put some silicone mat down. Let's do that now. There we go. Right, so back to decorating the front. So now I've got this label, which is from the Desert Details dies, and that needs to be layered there, and I'm going to use dimensionals for that, and only up to this, the bottom half, the indentation. Actually, let's use these long bits to save time. That's just the backing paper. Very clever. So it's just the bottom half, and let's pop a bit there, just to save having to get all those backings off, really. There we go. So that now I'm going to line that up with my little indentations. Okay, there we go. Lovely. And I've just die cut a white, sorry, not die cut, just cut a rectangle to fit in there, just really because of the white, just to make the colours pop, really. So let's just pop that. Oops, card number 1 getting in the way. Let's get you over there. Okay, and then I've got a large flower, a small flower. Oh, I didn't do my ribbon because that ribbon's gone. So what am I going to use? Interesting. What shall I use? Well, I'm going to have to use Parakeet Party metallic, which is not ideal, but let's see if I can get through. In fact, because I didn't do it first, I'm going to have to do it underneath here. Okay, let's tie that around. Pop some Tombow on it. So on this one I did it around the white bit, but I forgot that I'd done that. So let's just pop this back down. Just put a bit of weight on it for a minute, and then tie a bow. I mean, it is Parakeet Party, but I don't know. They look very different to me. It's okay. All the Stampin' Up colours go together. That's fine. That's the whole point of them. Colour coordination is incredible. Okay, so there we go. Now I can tie a bow. Okay. Snip. Snip. I want it a bit more sideways, but there we go. That's it. Right, okay, so now I've got that. I die cut the, I'm not sure if it's an aloe vera or a cactus. Do you know what? I've just seen some amazing things. Somebody did it like that for an Addams Family member, and then they did it in not calypso coral, Cajun craze for a campfire. Absolutely incredible. I just would not have had that vision to see that at all. But great ideas. Right, now I need to get this off. This makes it like a sticker. It makes it so easy to stick down. There we go. So that's going to go over the top of the ribbon, which will hold the ribbon in place. And then my two flowers, my large flower and my small flower. I'm going to go on with dimensionals. How are we doing for time? Okay. Right, the next card shouldn't take long. And then we've got the gift box, which I have to say I absolutely love, and I have used it a few times. Like that. Now I had happy birthday on there, which is great, and this one I've done thinking of you. So I'm just going to trim this down a bit wide. And I'm just going to do it like a flag. And all we do is, oops, last week's card, all we do is cut up the middle in a straight line and then angle. And there you have your flag. So I'm just going to pop that across the top there with some dimensionals. Okay. There you go. Card number 2. I do like that style. I think it's deceptively, yeah, I like it. Okay, now the next one. This is kind of like a basic card base. So it's not, I guess in a way it doesn't count as a fancy fold as such, but it is a fancy card because I've die cut this with the basic borders cloud, and there you have a little bookmark or gift tag. I'm going to use it as a bookmark. And it's Balmy Blue, which has been embossed with the raindrops folder, and it fits in there. So it's, again, I guess it doesn't qualify as a fancy fold as such, but I think it packs a wow, shall we say. Okay, come on out. There we go. So I've got a basic black standard card base with a very vanilla inside. I was going to do very vanilla on the outside, but unfortunately the designer series paper is white. So let's just pop this on the inside. That's one less thing to worry about. I think I need to get rid of some of this rubbish as well. There we go. Now I've got everything ready. So it's 10.5 by 14.8 card base. So the designer series paper, the Rain, is 10 by 14.3. So that just needs to go straight on the card base. Backings are going everywhere. I'll make sure I've got my raindrops the right way. There we go. Okay, then I've die cut with the tailor-made tags, balmy blue, and embossed it with the raindrops. And the designer series paper has just been die cut. Now I've also got the protective rings to go on here because I'm going to put ribbon through it, so it'll be very easy for the designer series paper to rip. There we go. Make sure that's, there we go. Again, I just put adhesive sheets on the back. So easy. So I'm just going to pop those together and get my gingham ribbon. Trying to remember how I did it. So through there. Now, if you haven't it as a bookmark, you probably want to have like longer tails, but I thought a bow's quite nice. So let's just tie this in a bow for the sake of the card. If you prefer just to do 2 tails, you could. Right, so see where I'm pulling the ribbon now, that would be ripping the designer series paper, but because it's got the little protectors on, there we go. So that is my bookmark done, and that's going to pop in there. Now this is where you have to be careful. You're just going to glue the straight edges because you want to leave space. So I'm going to use Tombow because it gives you a bit of wiggle room, and also you can do it very narrowly. And then I'm just going to line that up with the bottom and the right hand edge. There we go. Now on this one, I'm just going to show you what I did, but I'm not going to spend time colouring in. I think you all know how to colour in. So all I'm going to stamp is sentiment. So I need the raindrops. Now on that one, I thought, oh, I know, I'll use Boho Blue, which is a lovely new colour, but it doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to stick to Balmy Blue. So I'm just going to stamp my raindrops all over. There we go, that's my raindrops. Then I need my sentiment. Rainy days are better with you, because we've got the umbrella, so it can't really have Oh Happy Day. Well, I guess you could have Oh Happy Day, but now I'm going to stamp with Memento because the next bit. There we go, rainy days are better with you. Now, the umbrellas are what gets coloured in, and all I did was copy. So I've used Old Olive, Flirty Flamingo and Balmy Blue, and all I did was copy the designer series paper. So I'm just going to stamp my umbrellas to show you, but I'm not going to colour them in because I think you probably know as well as me how to colour in. 2, 3, 5. Okay. And then, as I said, I just literally copied. So Old Olive stripes, Flirty Flamingo all in, and then a little bit of a gap in Balmy Blue. And then all you do is pop your bookmark in there. So I think that's really good as a gift, and I will come back and colour those in later. So card number 3. Right, now this is the one which I've got my instructions here. Now I absolutely love this. So it's to give it's a gift box to give a pen as a gift. So the box is made from cardstock, and then it's just wrapped in designer series paper, and then 2 ovals. The bottom one is cut in half because it's the same size, and then a little bit of ribbon. So very simple but very effective. So I'm just going to share with you how to do that. Now I have already prepared and I've made my markings just to save time. Oh, I'm going to have to turn that over because that is well and truly. I'll leave it there. Okay, so with this one, the cardstock is 19 centimetres long by 13 centimetres wide. And then on the short side, I've scored 3, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5 and 10. And then on the long side, I'm going to cut 1.5 centimetres down from the top between the middle 3. So let me show you how to do that. I've already done the scoring to save time. And that is 1.5. Yep. And then all you do is cut between the middle 3. So 1, 2, 3 score lines. Whoops. And then the same. So 1.5. And score lines 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I have 2 pieces that are 5.5 centimetres by 2.8 centimetres, and they are scored on the long side at 1.5, 3 and 4.5, and they basically make like a little triangle which you think is a bit weird, but all will be revealed. Let me just get this out of the way. I just need to rub out those pencil marks because they're a bit obvious. There's my rubber. So I find the trickiest bit is putting the box together, and then I will show you the wrapping is very simple. So what you're going to do, so 3, 4.5 and 6.5. So 6.5 is the middle one, so you want to fold that into a valley, and then you want mountain on either side. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and make those nice. And so mountain, valley, which is where you've got your cut line, and mountain again. All right. And that then leaves you 2 score lines, which you do need to fold. And I'm just going to, so those are mountain as well. And those are going to go around underneath the bottom. So what happens is you basically end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. Like that. That is what you're going to end up with, like a I don't know, it's not even a pyramid, 2 pyramids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue one side. I'm just going to use my Tombow. I'm just going to make sure that's a better fit. So I'm going to put my glue on this one. Excuse me. Push it in and hold it together. Now I need to get my clips to, whoops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just going to hold that for a minute to glue. Well, that is glue. I'm just going to clean my stamps and put them out of the way, and then hopefully the glue will be dry. Oh, do you know what I've done? Missed a step, but never mind. So what I should have done before I glued that down was popped my yeah, I should have glued that in, but that's okay. I can do it once it's dry. So if I get a pen, let me see, you can fit, that's quite a bulky pen, but it will fit in. And then you need a bit of Designer Series paper, 19 by 10.4 to be your wraparound. So basically, unfortunately, you can't use 6 by 6 paper because it doesn't fit, which is a shame. Let's use, I'm trying to use up all I can. I've got, this is my, oh, what was it called? The bear, the one with the bear. So while that's drying, let's cut. What did I say? Oh gosh, let's put that silicone map down there. 19 by 10.4. No, that's not 10.4. Okay. Is that 19? Oh, put that stench out. Right, that's 19. So 10.4. And then hopefully by the time I've done this, the box will be dry. $19, 10.4 by 19. I just want a kind of neutral. And then I'm going to score at 3.2, and it's Designer Series paper, so I'm going to do it gently. Yeah, 3.2, and then turn it around. So 3.2, 4.8. And 8. And 9.6, which is going to be your flap, basically. So let's get rid of my trimmer. Right, we're nearly done. Hopefully within the hour. So that's going to be your flap. So I'm just going to pop a bit of Tombow on that, and that can be drying while we're doing the rest of the box. Right, okay, so back to the box. It should be dry now. In fact, I could pop that on there. And then I've got these flaps. I'm going to glue the shortest bit inside there. I'm going to use my Tombow. Right, just up to the score line. And the same at the other end. Just up to the score line. Shut down. And this is the bit I find the trickiest. So you've got these bits here, these pop-up bits, and you want to pull this over and then feed it down where the join is. But I find this to be the hardest bit to do. So you just need to get them into through the cut bits. That's it. There we go. So that's one end done. And then just need to. Hopefully my husband's going. That's somebody at the door. We're not expecting anything though, so it's probably for a neighbour. Okay. And there we go. It is. It's my medication. And there you go. Yes? Thank you. I'll be down. Yep. Can you just pop them in there now and I'll come down in a minute? Yes, please. Sorry, they have to go straight in the fridge. He's just doing it. My husband's just doing it for me. Okay, so there you go. Let's get the pen out of here. Pop it in there. And it's just I don't know, it's a little something. I have loads of pens. I don't know about you. We love pens. Was collecting them. And they just make a nice little gift. So as you can see, I've just on that one I've done Warm Hello, which I think is from one of the new stamp sets, but I honestly can't remember. Told you, brain not working properly. So I hope you like that. I do. I think it's a lovely little gift. It's a Stampin' Up pen, and I did give it to. I did that for my new team member last year. So thank you very much for watching. So let's go through. So the pen box, the bookmark holder, the half a barn door or whatever you want to call that, the fancy fold with the template. That's this week's fall project. And then we had this one with the fold out and the butterfly one, which I've lost. All 6 of those will be on this week's PDF. And when you spend £27 in my online store, you will get everything you need to make the class to go, as well as the PDF. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next week. Now I've got my new catalogue, I can plan what I'm doing for the next few weeks. I've only got 1 new stamp set so far, but I have got some that have carried over that I haven't used yet, like the Taco Fiesta. I think I really need to drag that out. Not drag it out. I need to get that out and have a play. Lots of colouring involved with that, but hey ho. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.